What was your drug of choice?
Ooh, heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, pills, everything above.
So you say heroin. How old were you when you started using heroin?
I was about 21 years old when I started using heroin.
And how were you able to get a hold to it?
Hanging around with friends, you know what I'm saying? Well, I thought with my friends, but just peer pressure.
And how long were you using heroin?
I've been using it for 35 plus years.
What type of effect has heroin had on you?
Oh man, it broke me all the way down. It made me realize that things that, you know what I'm saying, that if I'd have been clean, I wouldn't have done. And, you know what I'm saying, the drugs that they have out here now is nothing compared to what the drugs are, you know what I'm saying, used to be.
Now, when you say it broke you down, what do you mean? For the people who don't understand that, can you break it down what you mean?
Well, I lost family members, you know what I'm saying. I lost homes, you know, cars, everything. It just took my life away from me.
Now, physically, how did it break you down?
Physically, I was always in pain, you know what I'm saying. I was ashamed, you know what I'm saying. My hygiene, you know, I became homeless, you know what I'm saying. But since I've been clean for these last 2.5 months, that's the longest I've been clean in my life, I feel great.
Good, that's what's up. So, what was your bottom like? When did you know? When did you get tired and you said, "Look, enough is enough. I'm going to get me some help."
Well, I had, you know, a lot of friends that loved me, you know what I'm saying, and they seen the situation that I was in. I was too ashamed to tell them that I was on drugs, but, you know, I was working with this place called, you know, V Live, and they was trying to help me, and I didn't want to help at first, but after looking at myself in the mirror, and I kept seeing these people trying to help me, you know what I'm saying, I said, it's time, you know, I got plenty of people out there to love me and care about me.
Okay, so how did you know where to go get help at?
Well, I've been in this program with QBH once before, but I was going for other people, you know what I'm saying? My family members, they kept telling me to do it, and I would only do like 2 weeks, but this time I'm determined, you know, to stay long and get myself and mine completely together.
So, what's different this time?
This time, I'm older now, and I think it's just going to be better because, you know, these drugs is out here now. This fentanyl stuff is no joke. It's taking a lot of people's lives, and this year alone, I've seen 10 people die already, you know, that I associated with, and they're leaving us too fast, and I just didn't want to be one of those numbers.
I agree. So, what keeps you here?
What keeps me here, like I said, I'm determined to, you know, to stay long term this time, and, you know what I'm saying, the great family I'm with at QBH, you know what I'm saying, they're giving me plenty of help, and they're, you know, they're helping me medically and mentally.
Okay, when you say medically, what do you mean?
Well, now I'm on Suboxone now, and, you know, that helps me. You know, it motivates me, and, you know, take away a lot of my pain. It's just like drug use anymore. I'm not addicted to that anymore, and it's a blocker also. So if I tried to get high, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't even affect. I'd be wasting money.
So, some people say that Suboxone is like a substitute for heroin. Is that true?
Not to me, it isn't, no, because it doesn't get you high. It's just a blocker, but it motivates you. It gives you energy, you know what I'm saying, to you know, go out and do what you're supposed to do.
So, some people out there don't know what Suboxone is. Can you explain to them what it is?
Well, it's a blocker, you know what I'm saying, an opiate blocker that, you know what I'm saying, you take, and if you're using drugs, you know what I'm saying, you'll be wasting your time if you have that in your system. So if you're not serious about it, don't even mess with it.
You talked about lost 10 of your friends this year that overdosed. Were you in? Did you have any of the same drugs that they had?
Yes, and I was, by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, I was fortunate not to be one of those numbers that fentanyl has taken out.
So you did run across some fentanyl.
Oh yes, I did, and I didn't realize it. But you know, these drug dealers, you know, they're dealing these synthetic drugs now. They're not going to tell you it's fentanyl in it. You know what I'm saying? They're just out to make money. And most people, when they see a person die or overdose over, you know, some heroin, they'll run to that drug. That's the insane part of this drug. So if you're out there, do not start picking up heroin, please.